Today we're going to be reviewing the On CloudEclipse. Let's get into it. On have released their new max cushion daily trainer, and it's causing a wee bit of a stir, and there's definitely some mixed reviews online. I've ran about 40 kilometers in this shoe so far, and I'm just looking to give you guys my honest opinion. I bought this shoe myself. This was not sent to me, so you can be sure that there is no bias in this review and you're getting an honest opinion. Let's get some stats out of the way for you shoe geeks out there. On CloudEclipse is a max cushion daily trainer. It is 9.8 ounces or 278 grams in a UK men size 8. Stack height is 37 to 31 millimeters, giving us a 6 millimeter drop, and the price is £170 sterling in the UK. The upper is made from 100% recycled yarn, and it is dope dyed, which uses 90% less water in the process. The upper feels premium, it's breathable, it looks great, and it's comfortable. The midsole is comprised of a Helion super foam with a double layer of Cloud Tech phase. Now, to touch, the midsole is a bit firmer than the likes of an Asics Gel Nimbus 25. I guess it really has to be. There are holes bored the whole way through the width of this shoe. Therefore, you can imagine that to maintain integrity, the midsole has to be made of a firmer compound than its other competitors. So to touch, you do really notice that there isn't a ton of compression whenever you dig your fingers into the foam. However, as you can see from the video, when I put pressure through my foot, there is a lot of compression due to those spaces in the midsole. And on the sole of the shoe, we have On's Speedboard. This provides a lot of control and stability through the foot strike as you run. Yes, the shoe may not be the most lightweight shoe on the market. However, compared to my previous daily trainer, the Gel Nimbus 25, you can see when I put them on the scales, there's a 30 gram difference. So this shoe, for being a daily trainer, is definitely more lightweight than other options, and it does feel lightweight whenever you pick it up. Okay, so what about my own experience with the shoe? Well, I want to preface this by saying that this is the first On shoe that I have actually liked the look of. I just never understood how people thought On shoes were aesthetic, how they thought these shoes were good looking. I always felt like the big holes and the squares and cubes on the bottom kind of looked like cinder blocks or like sea breakers. I just never really understood the attraction. However, nearly a third of all runners you see out there will have a pair of On shoes on their feet. So there must be something to the madness. That said, I do actually really like the look of this shoe. I feel like because they've closed the loop at the bottom, it looks so much better, much more attractive. As I said, this is my daily trainer now for the winter. This is my own money. It's replacing the Gel Nimbus 25, and I wanted something new. I wanted to try something else out, and I saw this and almost immediately ordered it. I think it looks great. First thing I notice when I put this shoe on, it feels like you're very high off the ground. The stack says 37 millimeters, but compared to the Gel Nimbus, which is 41.5 millimeters, this feels higher. It also feels like there is a lot of shoe under the midfoot, as if there's quite a big rocking sensation whenever you go under the toes, but under the ball of your foot, it really feels like there's quite a large platform of shoe, which, to be honest, it's not off-putting. It really does feel like there's going to be enough under your foot to give you that protection. As a daily trainer, that's exactly what you want when you're racking up those longer miles at slower paces. So it definitely does seem to give me a lot of confidence that I'm not going to be feeling the pounding off the road underneath my foot whenever I put this on. I have to be honest, before this shoe arrived, I watched Alex Fratelli's review and he butchered it and I was panicking. He said about how the upper is very wide, it's very roomy, and I have quite narrow feet, so I was really a bit nervous about putting this shoe on in case it was going to be a disaster. I don't have a lot of money to go out and buy other shoes. You know, I was kind of going to be stuck with this. And you can see the lace at the bottom is very wide. Most shoes would taper down into, you know, more of a point, and it would really cinch up over your foot. However, when I put this on, despite having narrow feet, I really didn't notice any issues that, you know, Alex was talking about. It doesn't feel roomy. It doesn't feel like my foot's sliding about. And as I'm running, I also don't have that sensation, thankfully. An issue I did have with the lacing and the design of the tongue. The tongue's very short. It's not very flexible, and it's very thin. So when I tied these laces a bit tighter, I could really feel the top lace, you know, against my foot, as if it had like cinched up against my foot. I could feel the lace through the tongue. I noticed this before I started running, so I loosened that lace up a wee bit, and then I didn't notice any problems throughout the run. When I was running in this shoe, again, the sole does feel firm. On would say on their website that it feels like a pillow. It certainly doesn't, unless, you know, in Switzerland they're sleeping on much firmer pillows than I'd be sleeping on. It feels firmer underfoot. It's kind of as I described when I first put it on. It's firm, however, you don't really feel the ground beneath your feet. It's more of the sensation that there's a large protective wedge under your foot, and that's kind of the sensation I had. However, despite feeling like you're tall and quite far away from the ground, the shoe feels exceptionally stable and very smooth, which I was really impressed with. I live in Northern Ireland. I run typically in wet weather throughout the winter, and the grip in this shoe, as you can see, it's more than competent. You can see there's quite a generous amount of that rubbery outsole, and it does give me a lot of confidence when I'm out on my runs. Despite being a daily trainer, I did take this for one of my short interval sessions. I was running repeat 200 meters. Would I normally put a shoe on like this? No, but for the review, it actually feels quite responsive. I did feel like I could pick up the speed in this shoe no problem. Would it be my race day shoe? Would it be my go-to? No, I have other options that would be better. However, if you're looking for a pair of shoes and you're not going to have 2 or 3 pairs in a shoe rotation, this will do the slow long miles for you, and it will also be okay if you're looking to pick up the pace. An obvious downside to this, yes, the holes, they look great. That's obviously what allows the shoe to compress underfoot. Or is it very practical? Maybe not. The last thing you would want would be for a stone to get lodged into one of these holes. That would be really detrimental to a running effort, and it would be an absolute nightmare if it happened during a race. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. Not really an issue if you're out there running, you know, your slow long run. You could stop, pop the stone out with a stick, and just get on with it. Overall, the On CloudEclipse, it's a good shoe. I feel like it looks good, it feels great, it feels premium. Obviously it has its drawbacks. It's not perfect. Personally, I'd probably prefer a softer shoe, something that feels a bit softer underfoot. Personally, I like to feel like, ironically, like I'm running on clouds. But this is more than fine. It'll get me through the winter. I'm more than happy that I spent a bit of money on an On product. If anything else comes to light, I will certainly keep you guys updated. I'll let you know how this gets on as we approach maybe the 100-mile mark. See if there's any noticeable problems, any wears and tears, or is this holding up as it has done over the past couple of weeks and the 40k that I've put into them. Well, thanks very much for your time, guys. Really appreciate it. Please remember to like and subscribe, Leave a comment down below about what you think about these shoes. Do you love On products yourself? Have you never tried them? Is this maybe going to be the first On product that you're looking to try? Let me know. Thank you.